Hi, this is Diana Lynn. Um, this is going to be a hard video to make. Last night at about 12:30 a.m., my Uncle Tony lost his battle with the coronavirus. He was in the hospital 28 days. He had already had a heart condition from when he was a little boy, and while he's in the hospital, his kidneys gave up on him, and he was on dialysis. And finally, when it had almost been a month, the head nurse called in Uncle Tony's wife and 2 children and had a meeting about taking him off life support, which they did. I'm showing this rock garden because I decided that I'm going to make this a memorial garden for Uncle Tony and for all coronavirus victims and survivors. This is going to be a memorial garden. I know that it's not much to look at right now because, we can't afford landscaping to have everything done at one time. So we buy a little bit each year, and it eventually fills in, like over here, all these sedums. I really like the way they go between the rocks. But anyway, Uncle Tony, he was so special. He was the nicest man I knew. He had the biggest heart. He, oh my gosh. His wife, Denise, she also had coronavirus, the COVID-19. And I didn't even know that. I don't know whether she, I'm getting this information third hand. Danny calls my mom calls me. So, I don't know if she went in the hospital or if she stayed at home and just stayed at home when she had corona. But she survived. Thank God she survived. And I don't know. I don't know what to say. This is so hard. I've cried so much already, and I swore I was not going to cry on this video. This video. This is creeping flocks. It stays low to the ground. I like ground covers, and I think I'm gonna lose. My husband just planted these 2 lilacs. I think we're gonna lose them. We've had some frosts that we weren't expecting, and they're not doing too good. But I feel foolish. I don't know what to say. He was a special man, and he was very, very, very loved. And I'll tell you one little story about him. My mother was gardening. She was young, in her, 20s, 30s. She was gardening, and she lost her wedding ring. And she was just so, you can imagine she was really upset. And, God bless the police and the firemen and everybody else. I hope it's nothing real serious. Well, she lost her wedding ring. No, let me wait till they say a little prayer. I hope everything's okay. But, we had to take the gazing bowl down because, well, actually, the gazing bowl, we had a F1 tornado, and we had brought in all the lawn furniture, but we forgot about the gazing bowl, and it was smashed into a million pieces. So we got another one, but brought that in too because of the weather. But anyway, back to this. Isn't that cool? Mom was gardening, and she lost her wedding ring while she was gardening, and she was beyond upset. And just looked and looked, could not find it. So many years later, I mean like 20 years, maybe more, Uncle Tony decided to help Mom weed in the garden. And he found her wedding ring. And Mom had gotten another wedding ring by this time. She, wasn't going to go through her whole marriage without a wedding ring. But he found her wedding ring. And my mom gave it to me. And this is it right here. It has little stars on it. That's the ring. Mom had such tiny fingers then. She was such a tiny little thing. I have to wear it on my pinky. My hands are very old looking now, but that's what happens when you get old. But I just thought it was so amazing that he found her wedding ring, and oh my gosh, she was just so happy. And then when she gave it to me, of course I cried like a baby, because that was the ring that my daddy gave to my mama, and that was really special that she did that she gave that to me. But anyway, I think I'm going to close now because I really don't know what else to say other than, I don't want to tell people what to do, but please, please, please listen to your governors and whatever. If they're telling you to have a safe distance and not have gatherings and things like that, because you can die. This is nothing to fool around with, and I know two other people very, very intimately that were that had coronavirus. My ex-husband, and he was a musician, and he and his cousin who flew in from Denmark to do last shows for the Last Chance band. They were just a local band, and Ray came from Denmark, and they were sharing a microphone. Kenny, my ex-husband Kenny, got very, very sick, and he I think January or February, and he thought that was it. He was ready to go to heaven to see his wife, he said, and then things started getting real bad here with the coronavirus, so Ray had to cut his cousin Ray had to cut his visit short and go back to Denmark. And he had a high fever when he landed. They tested him in Denmark right away, and he had coronavirus. So we're thinking that you can even get it from sharing a microphone, So just please be smart, be safe, Um, do what you want to do, but, you know, be smart. Use caution. And, God bless everybody. I hope everybody's safe and you don't have to deal with this and you don't and that you don't have to know as many people as I do that have this. I have a nephew, my brother's son. My nephew, where he works, it's broken out terrible. Over 50 people where he works has it, and the immediate supervisors and my nephew's immediate supervisor have it, and they've been in contact. So now my nephew has gotten tested, and we're doing the waiting game, and just hoping and praying, you know. Um, I'm gonna have to go now. Love to all, much love. Bye bye.